What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Strange Behavior Podcast, a celebration and discussion of unique and bizarre headlines from around the world. If you like what you're about to hear and want to know more, you can follow us on Twitter at pod_strange. And if you yourself have a strange or interesting headline that you think would make for a good topic, be sure to tweet that at us. Thanks for listening to the Strange Behavior Podcast. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Strange Behavior Podcast, episode 1. I survived tag. I am John, and I am joined by my good friend Evan.
Hi.
So this is going to be a little weird. What is this podcast about? This is episode 1. You know, going into these things is always a little weird. So basically, the setup for this is the world is really messed up. There are a lot of oddities in this world and a lot of things that make you say, WTF. So what me and my good friend Evan here are going to do is take down some of these headlines and we're going to kind of have a discussion about things and maybe look into things a little deeper, maybe just make fun of things. I don't know, we're going to give our perspective on some of this stuff because, like I said, the world is a messed up place. Am I right?
Yeah. Probably going to be more making fun of. I mean, none of us are really experts in the field of anything.
No, it's true, but I mean, in the case of this episode,
yes, we are actually. We would be because we play tag.
That's true. I played tag when I was in school, and you know what? Still alive.
I was always tagged in school because I was too fat to run.
Oh.
So I was the guy that was always tagged.
So you're probably wondering, what the hell are you guys talking about tag? I mean, what are you, 4? No, actually we're not. And there's an article, there's a Washington State school, and I don't know if any of you guys read this, but so apparently this school is banning the game of tag for kids at recess. What are your thoughts right away when I say that?
This is coming from a country that allows civilians to have automatic weapons. You know, like when that kid goes home, his dad's automatic rifle is up on the wall.
And I guess we should start off by saying we are Canadians.
Yes, very Canadian.
So America, you can start hating us now for, like, no offense. It just seems like a lot of these headlines, they come from America. I mean,
America's the most popular country in the world.
How many headlines have I read this past year that started with a Florida man? Like, seriously, like, no judgment. Like we have our strangeness, no doubt, here in Canada as well. But most of these headlines come from the U.S.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's kind of weird because it's, you know, the first thing you read is because you usually see the stuff on social media and you just see the headline and it's like, tag banned in Washington, and I'm like, no, it wasn't banned in Washington. So I click it, and apparently it has been.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. It's like, you know, because of the internet now, because of things like Facebook and social media, we're always like, these articles are just like in our face 24/7, and you gotta filter through and say which ones are real and which ones aren't.
Exactly. I mean, the one that caught me was it was snowing in Egypt. That was the one that caught me. So I have to read every article now to make sure it's at least somewhat believable. And this one is.
Yeah, sadly, this one is. This is one that I read and said, nah, this is this is The Onion. Like, this is a fake news site. Like, this does not make any sense. There's no reasoning behind this. And you know what? I read a little bit into it, and I still can't find the reasoning behind it.
It's because kids are being tagged too aggressively.
Okay. This is where the discussion, I guess, will start. I mean, you said that earlier we're not, you know, experts, and we're just talking about this, but, you know, in a way, we have a perspective on this, in that you yourself, you're a parent. I mean, your kid is still young, but I mean, are you fearing for your kid's life because he's going to play tag? Like,
no. There's way more things in the world. You know, there's like, you know, don't eat yellow snow. I think that's a little more important than kids are going to get hurt. I mean, Jesus Christ. When I was a kid, I got hurt all the fucking time.
Well, yeah.
Like,
okay, we should just look into this a bit.
Okay.
So, apparently, like, as you can guess, the parents of the students of the school, they were not pleased, I guess, with this
They were angry.
Yeah, I mean,
Angry parents.
it's the article says parents were not impressed, and it went on to say that kids need unstructured playtime, blah blah blah. It's just, to me this is common sense stuff, but the standard quote of that is I played tag, I survived, and I think that's that leads into a discussion that's bigger than this article in that this world is way too sensitive now.
Oh man.
Way too sensitive.
Wait, I mean, another. It can also stem from the idea of it being like, how old are these kids? They're in elementary school. You know what I mean? They're like, what, 5, 6 years old? And it's like, they're running it, like, my kid falls and hits his face all the time. I've taught him to laugh at it. Like, you're gonna get hurt.
Oh my god, when I was we grew up together, how we survived anything that we did.
I mean, it's just, you just do. It's just basic human survival instinct. You just survive this shit. And tag, if a kid hits you too hard, so what? You're gonna hit him back, and it's just gonna be fun, and you're gonna be best friends at the end of the day. And I think what a lot of parents are gonna be afraid of, they're like, oh, kids can't play tag, so now there's no interaction. And these kids are still young, so to have that human interaction between two human beings, you have to have that interaction. And now in this day and age, you can have a complete conversation without ever talking to anybody.
Well, I mean, kids at 3 years old these days are better at using iPads than I am.
Yeah, they just pick it up and they know what to do with it.
I mean, it just blows my mind every time I see, you're on the street and you just see a parent hand their kid an iPhone, and the kid just knows what to do.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, there you go, he unlocked it. He's playing a game, watching a TV show. And I think if this happens and this is a widespread ban, more kids are just going to be to themselves, sitting on benches, on devices, or like one parent in the article said, oh, my son or daughter played a video game at recess instead of going out there and playing with their friends or making friends, And so I can see where they're kind of pissed off. I mean, I don't know if I'd be pissed off, because I'd just be like, I'd say to my son, just fucking play tag anyways. But that's a whole nother issue. But I think parents do have the right to be a little upset and to fight back. And I think you'll see that ban get lifted.
But like I said earlier, this just leads into a bigger discussion. That discussion is, the world's too fucking sensitive.
You swore.
I said a bad word.
Can't do it.
Banned from the internet. It's never been done before.
Yeah.
No, but we live in a world now. This is an argument I get into with my girlfriend all the time. I do not have a kid. No plans in the near future to have a kid, but the world today scares me, because there used to be a time when parents, it sounds bad, but there was a time when parents didn't have to do as much parenting. And by that I mean, parent, they looked after the kid, they sent them to school, to this day the teachers look after the kids, they'd come home, and half the time parents didn't know where the kids were, they were just out playing or doing something. You didn't have to worry. Now parents have to worry about every little thing. Well, they're told to worry about every little thing.
Yeah.
Teachers are terrified to discipline students now.
Well, yeah. You can't discipline a student anymore.
Everyone's a winner in today's society. Everyone's given a gold trophy and told they did a good job. There's no such thing as last place anymore. These kids are have you seen the movie Bubble Boy? Because that's kind of what most kids are now. Kids are living the Bubble Boy life.
You can't do anything with your child. And I think this is the first step of putting them in a bubble. A bebble. That's a bubble.
A boo-boo bubble?
That's Nova Scotian for bubble. Put them in the bubble there, bye.
No, it's one of those things. It terrifies me, and it's how you even supposed to raise it. How are these teachers are supposed to? But here's another thing, is let's say these kids did play tag, and one of the kids did get hurt playing tag at recess. Sadly, there's a good chance that those parents would go after that school.
Oh, 100%.
So these teachers and these schools, they're put in a tricky spot where it's they're, like I said, they're not allowed to discipline these kids. They're not allowed to tell these kids what to do and do this and stop doing this. But at the same time, parents It's a backwards thing. It's like a double-edged sword where there's no winning for anybody.
The other thing with this too, it's like this tag could lead to sexual harassment.
Was that in the headlines?
No.
No.
I just thought of that.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine, like in junior high, you know, when
Yeah, because that's what you're thinking about in elementary school. In or when you're 5 years old, you're thinking about boobs and stuff.
TNA. Yeah, like, but I could see that being an issue. I could see like lawyers and fucking shit like that being like, oh, sexual harassment. You know, you just can't fucking do anything anymore. You
Yeah,
just,
this really
you
does.
can't even touch somebody on the shoulder anymore.
This seems like the next step. Like it seems like schools are just, you know, they started putting. I mean, when I was in school, there was no such thing as security, like none of that.
No, man, there's a fucking cop in schools around here.
And it like I feel like this is just the next step of that. It's like, let's just shut down everything. Let's just have these kids stand in one spot all day, not socializing. Just there, stuff some knowledge into their head and send them home.
And not be done with it.
Yeah, I mean, the big part of school is socializing, and this just seems like a step to kill that.
I mean, the education system is supposed to help you get ready for the real world. Unfortunately, nothing can get you ready for the real world.
Well, you know what, kids? In the real world, you play tag.
Yeah, you play fucking tag. But I think, you know, it getting banned in America, it blows my mind. Like in Washington.
Yeah, not in America.
Or not in America. In Washington.
At a certain school
In Washington. Is, you know, like, you can have fucking guns in Washington. Like, oh man, it blows my mind. Like, how many of these kids know how to load a fucking handgun? But you don't play tag, man. You stay the fuck away from that other kid. You know, like what other game are they gonna play? They're gonna play like the lava game. Oh, you can't play the lava game. It has the word lava and lava burns. Like, it's stupid. Like,
I just feel bad. I feel really, really bad for kids these days, and for parents, and for teachers, and for everybody.
Teachers are a really strange spot. I mean, I remember when I went to school, a fucking teacher threw a pencil at another kid. And like, you know, that's as far as it went. It went, oh, fuck, man, you threw a fucking pencil, go to the office. Kid go to the office. Now kids are like wrestling fucking teachers. They're like grappling them and, you know, like sidewalk slamming them.
Well, let's bring this around. I mentioned how, you know, you're a father. How would you feel when your kid when he's old enough to go off to school? Where does the level of discipline lean with you? Would you, I mean, of course, we kind of got out of that old school, you know, get cracked with a whip or a meter stick. Like
we weren't that old.
Yeah, we're not that generation. But I mean, we certainly have like a level of discipline in school. But you know, where do you stand on that? What is too much? Where is the line drawn?
Well, I don't think teachers should be hitting kids. You know, like, I mean, yes, I was physically disciplined as a child, but like a teacher shouldn't physically discipline because they should have a structured discipline thing for issues. Like, okay, you mouth, like when I was in like school, I would mouth off and I would get sent out of that room, and then I wasn't allowed in that room for a day, or like the library or whatever. And then it's, you know, it should be like that. Like, you know, your kid is in class and he turns around and punches another kid. Well, you got to find out, why did these two kids start punching each other?
Well, it comes down to, you know, kids will be kids.
Yeah. Don't say that to anyone. Because you can't say that. You can't say kids will be kids anymore. Like, kids get in scuffs, they get in fights, but to me, fucking, if my kid's disciplined and it's for all the right reasons, yeah, go ahead.
So, yeah, okay, so you're not, like, you're not on the side of the free spirit, hippie, you know...
Well, I mean, yeah, like... No, I mean, when you go to school, there are rules. And trust me, I like breaking rules more than anybody. But you gotta learn where, you know... Because in this structured society we have, and I do that with quotations, you know, you have to live within a certain guideline. So I think school is a good place to implement that, but you just really can't anymore. Like, you can't send kids home or do anything. Like, you can't. Like I have a sister who's
Exactly. That's what I mean. It leads into
it's a stalemate.
yeah. It's a problem now where I personally feel like all the power has been put into the kids' hands, and that teachers and principals, like, they don't have any power over anything anymore because they're terrified. Because at any moment that student could say, "Well, this teacher sexually assaulted me." At any moment, like,
Yeah.
there's any little thing can turn into such a big thing, and
And you seen the fucking kids, man? They're huge.
well, that's a whole other topic. That's a whole other strange.
Like he's I wouldn't tell a kid to get over my class. He'd body slam me.
What is in the water? What are these kids eating?
Yeah, like, but yeah, no, you're right. There's so much power put in the kids' hands, and it just looks bad on the schools because they try to discipline but they can't. And so it's like, let the fucking principal, he didn't do his goddamn job because he can't.
And just as I thought, this conversation is just fucking derailed
Yeah.
from what the original topic was. But, well, I mean, in a way, I mean, to me, this all leads in to the same thing of oversensitive world. Like, that's what it narrows down to me. It's just, this is another perfect example of a headline I've read that makes me just disgusted with how we're dealing with students and how we're dealing with young people, and not only how we're dealing with them in school, but how they're being brought up, just how society in general is just treating everyone like they're a king. Like, yeah, with social media, everyone thinks they're a celebrity now, and everybody feels important. And I feel like these kids aren't earning it anymore. Like, no one feels like they have to earn anything. It's just, you're great. You can't do anything wrong.
Well, it's because we're in the perfect generation. I mean, we didn't know what Facebook was until we were practically fucking adults.
Yeah.
So I can see how kids, man, like I got a 16-year-old sister, man. She's always on the phone, right? They're always on the phone talking. No, like when they get together, her and friends, they literally all sit on the bench with the phone.
But don't you think that that was just the generation ahead of us said the same thing about us? Like, do you
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's just because we're not used to seeing it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe this isn't as strange as it is in my head. Like, when I read this headline right away, I just burst out laughing. Like, to me, this was just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Well, not ever heard, but I've heard some pretty ridiculous things. But it was strange enough to do a podcast on, and it was something I thought had to be brought up because.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. Yeah, it's strange to us, but maybe it's not strange to everyone
Yeah,
else.
that's what I mean. Like, my perspective is this: not a parent, no kid in school. I'm not a kid in school, obviously. So, like, I don't know. Like, maybe, like, I can't assume that any kid thinks this is a good idea. I'm sure kids had fun playing tag. I'm also certain that kids aren't thinking about the social issue that is involved in this either.
Yeah,
But
kids have no idea what they're going through right now.
they're just like, "Mommy, why can't I touch my friend outside?"
That just sounds so
wrong. Wow, that.
Why can't I touch my friend?
That.
Yeah, that got really weird.
That went really.
We know your true colors.
But oh god, there's no recovering from that.
No, there's not. No, but do they have gym class?
Well, I mean, what are that's a good question. What are
So what do they do in gym class?
I wonder. Like, when I was in gym,
They fucking dance.
Is dodgeball a thing anymore?
Well, no, you can't tag. You obviously can't throw dodgeballs at them.
Because I remember being in school and thinking dodgeball was a very dangerous game.
Man, you get whipped in the side of the head with one of those fucking things.
I mean, I always sucked at throwing the ball, but I could dodge those balls like a motherfucker.
Yeah, man, dodge your balls. That's
Oh,
a life.
man.
That's a life lesson. Ball dodging.
That's a good thing. I don't actually know if kids still play dodgeball in school.
I really don't think they do. Obviously in that the school and the subject in Washington, they can't play dodgeball. There is no. You can't tell me that they play fucking dodgeball. If I fucking read that school plays dodgeball, I'm gonna blow it up myself.
But sports ball.
Sports ball, yeah, they probably play a lot of that football.
Again, we probably sound like ignorant Canadians right now. But,
Yeah, I'm probably like, man, those fucking Canadians.
yeah, but look, this is, like I said, this is something I had to bring up. I thought it was pretty wacky. Definitely strange.
I think I like it. I like the rule actually.
You like the rule?
Yeah. Tag is dangerous.
What danger comes from tag?
touching each other.
So, like, is it like...
I don't know. I see. That's how ridiculous it is. I can't keep a straight face.
Well, honestly, the main argument of the article was kids aren't watching where they're going because they're too excited during the game of tag.
So they're running into things.
Yeah, so basically, stop having fun, children.
Look
Just,
straight ahead. Don't
yes,
look around.
at all times. Be afraid. Be very
Hands
cautious.
within. Yeah.
Hands
to the side.
Yeah, it's just.
I wonder if they have a line that tells them where they can walk. Like, follow the line, children.
It'll soon just be on a computer chip implanted in their head. It's fine. Like, don't worry about
Oh
it.
yeah,
It's
that's gonna be all right.
Hey, we're soon the world's gonna be a virtual reality. We'll be playing tag in a virtual space.
Yeah,
so,
you want to be too dangerous. So.
Yeah. But I think that's about it for this topic. But I mean, let us know what you think. I'm assuming that most people listening to this think that that is a completely ridiculous thing.
But I want to hear from somebody who
Again,
doesn't think it's ridiculous.
That's exactly what I was going to say. If you think that this is a good idea, please comment. I would love to hear an honesty, not to make fun, and just an honest, good explanation as to why this is a good thing, why this school should ban tag, because it doesn't make any sense to me or you.
It is, yeah, I read a few comments. The people there, they didn't think it was a good idea. They didn't make any sense to them. But if you do think it is, please let us know.
Cool. So thanks for listening. This was, again, the first episode of Strange Behavior, the Strange Behavior podcast. I am John. He is.
I am Evan.
Every week, a new, different story that is as strange, as stupid, as I don't even know the word, but just you know what I mean.
Did you try to string 3 S words together?
I did. I tried to go for the triple S.
Didn't work.
Sometimes you go for the triple S and it just doesn't work.
Good thing it's not a K.
Ooh.
Oof.
Talking of strange behavior. No, but this please like I said, comment, like. If you have any stories yourself that you think would be interesting for us to talk about, please let us know. Send us the links, and we'll be sure to check those out. Thanks for listening.